comfortably and easily. Spine straight, neck straight, shoulder relaxed, both the palms on the thighs, palms open to the ceiling. And let's take a couple of deep, long breaths. And become aware of your body. In the breath, hold this awareness of the consciousness. Expel the minor concern, any negative thought. Achieve a responsive state of aspiration after everything which is superior, beneficial for all. Holding this awareness of the consciousness, we take a deep breath in, inhale, bring your both the palms in Namaste. Exhale. And now for Om chant, we take a deep breath in, inhale. Onkaravindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginaha Kamadam Moksadam Chaiva Onkaraya Namo Namaha Guruve Sarva Lokanam Vishje Bhavaroginam Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Anandam Anandakaram Prasannam Jnanaswarupam Nijabodharupam Yogindramidhyam Bhavarogavadyam Yogindramidhyam Bhavarogavadyam Srimadgurum Nityamaham Namami Srimadgurum Nityamaham Namami Srimadgurum Nityamaham Namami. Let's take a deep breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now slowly and gradually becoming aware of your body and surroundings, holding this awareness of the consciousness, we open our eyes and we come back. Okay, so we continue to speak about the overcoming our obstacles, and yesterday we were here in Pranayama, and this is after the counter thought, right? The first thing is Eka Tattva Abhyasa. We are not able to focus on Eka Tattva because the mind seems to be in diverse directions, right? Scattered all around, not able to focus. So we keep going through a lot of emotions and the thoughts. That's why the counter thoughts. So if it's going up and down, then cultivate the friendliness, compassion. Mudita. Mudita means this attitude of happiness. Because sometimes somebody is in pain, suffering, misery, and we see them and we kind of like hate. It can come that something in you don't feel and you want to, push them away. So that also creates the karma. So yogi, they realize that at very subtle level, at our mental level, if even we have this tendency to pushing somebody away who is in pain, suffering and misery, then also you are creating the karma for you. That person is suffering, but if you cultivate any kind of psychological ill will towards them, you are going to create the more bigger karma for you, and that becomes the blockage for you. That's why this sutra is also called psychotherapy, because this is connected with our psychology. How to deal with the people who we are all the time, we are coming and different kind of people in contact. So how to deal with them, how to save yourself. My Guruji used to say, save your mind at any cost. Save your mind at any cost. Because once your mind got drifted, it can take long time to bring it back. Have you seen, you do some little thing and you have never imagined that is going to bring so much of the consequences, and one after another, and then you find, oh my God, and then it takes a lot of effort, you bring yourself to back. No, your mind, you get caught up into some emotional jargon of other persons also. They are going some up and downs, and then you are also get carried away with them. So then you get distracted. You were doing very well, and then suddenly you get distracted. You found yourself also caught up into some negative emotions. So that's why it's very important counter thought. If you are not able to make this, and why we are going so much up and downs, little up and down is okay. It's like salt into the food. Salt into the food. But if it's too much, then you are in much pain. Right? So little bit here and there it's okay. But if you are going so much, so it means then what will help? There is a lack of prana if that is happening. So we need to increase our prana, energy, life force. Right? So then we pay attention to the food, proper exercise, and put your mind into learning. Learn about yourself, how to handle it. So pranayama, yesterday we talked about why the pranayama is important. So here you will see dharana. The dharana we know in Patanjali Yoga Sutra we speak about the dharana. Dharana is which one? Dharana is the sixth limb. Right? Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. So dharana means what? We have various kinds of concepts. Concepts, ideology, belief, customs, traditions. We have been grown, we have been cultured. So those things can put a blockage for you, and that can create some up and down. So that's why you find some cultural differences also. We find some cultural differences. If you go from eastern part of the Asia to the Middle Asia, so many cultural differences there in wearing the dress, in the food, in some traditions. So this universe is filled with the diverse cultures. So accordingly then we also tend to have that dominance of particular community and particular place, and so many things are there. So we tend to build up some concepts. So now these concepts we need to break. How we can break and go beyond these concepts? Pranayama. That's why there is a Vidaranabhyam va Pranasya. If you raise your prana, then you will be able to overcome them. So you raise your prana, you open the more space, then you create new neural pathway. Nowadays we call it new neuroscience. That creating new habit pattern in you, replacing the old habit pattern with the new habit pattern. So creating a new neuro pathway inside you. So that's why waking up early in the morning is not the part of everybody and every culture, but some, that's why you go into the retreats, so they make you to stay early in the morning. Here we are still very lenient and gentle with you. You are waking up and starting the session 6 o'clock. In Rishikesh you will see there are still many places and there are some ashrams, they wake you up 3:30 in the morning. And the 4 o'clock then you start your sadhana, 4 to 6. Yeah. So that is creating the new habits, new neuro pathway, and it can be created any point of time, right? So pranayama, another way is important. Why? That our emotions, our mind and breath are strongly interlinked. They are very strongly interlinked. Because there is a change in one thing, the change is going to happen in another. For example, change in your emotions, it changes your breathing pattern. Change in breathing pattern brings the change in your physiology. Do we get this? If any emotion, that's why we are going up and down of the emotions, and we don't pay attention to. Actually, there so much is happening at your breathing level also, and at the physiology also. That's why we say, let's say, for example, anger, right? Anger is the emotions. So anger, you are becoming angry, then what is happening to your breath and the body? Have you noticed? Your breath becomes faster, right? Breath becomes faster, your body becomes warm and tight, your forehead becomes tight, your jaws become tight. Suddenly you find the expression on your body. Maybe it is not finding the expression outward, but inside you will feel you becomes tight. Right? And if there is a tightness, that's going to lead to anger. So you see, our emotions, prana and physiology, they are interlinked. So change in emotions is going to bring change in breathing pattern. Our breath becomes faster in anger. Let's take another emotions. Fear. What tend to happen in fear? To your breath. Huh? Shock, yes. What happens to your incoming and outgoing breath? Have you noticed? Huh? Yes. So you will find there is a change in breathing pattern. When the person fell sick, what happens to your breath? Outgoing breath becomes more predominant. Outgoing breath. Yes, right. So whenever we fell sick, you will see there is a change in breathing pattern. What happens? Your outgoing breath becomes more predominant and incoming breath becomes shorter. Have you noticed this? Why it is happening? You don't do anything. Automatically happens to you. Why it happens to you? You know, your body is very smart. Want to release. Whatever the infection you have got into the body, outside invasion has happened to your body. So now toxins has built up in your body. So the body wants to release. So prolonged exhalation. Your exhalation becomes longer than the inhalation. You see the people in the hospital when they are lying on the bed, how they breathe. So outgoing breath is longer when your body felt sick. So mind also is not happy. So you can say when we are unhappy and sad, there also you will find your outgoing breath is more. Want to release. Sadness, unhappiness means simply holding something in the mind. And mind is not ready to let go. And this is very obvious to us, that many of the things we tend to hold. Why? Because of ignorance. Simple one reason the yogi they gave to this. What is that? Ignorance. That why this is happening, why the mind does this. They say simply because lack of knowledge, ignorance. So our mind and breath has a great link. Now here the yogi they found, okay, if there is a change in our emotions and it changes our breathing pattern and our physiology, what if we change our breathing pattern? So if we change our breathing pattern, then definitely our emotions also will get changed. So that they caught the link there. And then they started practicing pranayama. That comes into existence, pranayama. So practicing, that's why various kind, and the definitions of the pranayama, Patanjali gives, what is the definition of pranayama? Breaking the pattern of the breath. Very simple definition he gave. What is the pranayama? Breaking the pattern of the breath. You have some pattern of the breath now. And you have this pattern of the breath not because of your organic chemistry. You have some breathing pattern now because of your past habits, and your body has been gone through certain metamorphosis, disease or operations or something. So now your breathing pattern is not natural. It's unnatural. So that's why Patanjali say, now break it. If you want to be emotionally healthy and physically healthy, break this pattern. And that's why there are various kinds of pranayama. In some we exhalation makes stronger, in some we inhalation makes stronger. We do the kumbhakas and nadi shodhana pranayama, and with the rhythmic breathing and the faster breathing and the chaotic breathing. So now you do consciously. So the consciously now you break all the old patterns and you bring some natural and organic pattern in you, and that's why your body again slowly and gradually start becoming natural, healthy and organic. To a small child, nobody teach how to take the breath, but if you have seen the baby how they breathe, what happens to their body when they breathe? Yeah, whole body, the belly is also rising, and you will find very rhythmic. So this is our natural way of breathing that we used to do. Now as we slowly and gradually grow, we are under the influence of so many things around, and then we forget about the body, we forget about the breath, and so many changes has happened which are now unnatural to us. Correct? Clear? So there we break the pattern of the breath. He say, breaking the pattern of the breath. Swasa praswasa gati vicheda. That's in gati. Gati means movement. Vicheda. Vicheda is breaking. Swasa praswasa, incoming and outgoing breath. We break the pattern of our incoming and outgoing breath. That is pranayama. Yeah. And along with the pranayama, then he also defined about the kumbhaka. So yogi, they discovered that our mind and breath has that's the whole philosophy and the whole science of the Buddha was behind the breath. The Vipassana meditation is about what? Exploring your breath. That's why he didn't give any other things for the people. Sit, close your eyes, keep your spine straight and watch the breath. Simple. If you want 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, years, just watch your breath. And then you will see how your mind plays with you. You focus on the breath and then suddenly something comes. Oh, dinner or lunch or going to meet some friend. You are sitting here in the yoga hall and suddenly you close your eyes and we say, okay, focus on middle of the forehead. No, it's focusing on the Eiffel Tower in the Paris. It doesn't get settled so easily. So that's why many years for some people. As much as we have the sanskaras and the karma, so much the longer time it takes. So that's why being careful about what we are doing, daily routine, and saving your mind at any cost. Because once it goes carried away by any emotions and the thing, and you get attached to, it's very difficult. First thing is very difficult to bring it back, and even you make the effort, it will take a long time. I remember that one friend I know, he has done very minutely, searched on it, that when we watching the TV, and if you see second of image into the TV serial or in the movie, he told us that it take 1 month to delete that 1 second image, to delete from inside, from your 1 month. 1 second of image, 1 month. Yeah. So that's why then yogis slowly and gradually they're becoming so aware and careful about how your senses are connected, and that is the next sutra. That is the next sutra. Is it clear about this? Pranayama. Why the pranayama is, now you raise the prana and energy, right? And your emotions are linked with that. So when slowly and gradually you raise your prana and energy and you start becoming stable, emotionally also you start becoming stable. Instability simply means lack of prana. Lack of prana. What is happiness and unhappiness? Lack of prana. Your prana is good, high, you are happy. When prana is low, you are unhappy, sad, depressed. So raising the prana with various ways we can raise our prana. With the food we raise our prana. With the practice, asanas, meditation, breathing, we raise our prana. Through the sleep we raise our pranas. When we have right kind of sleep, then through the knowledge we have we raise our prana. So there are various sources which we are using. So we raise our prana and energy, right? We raise our prana and energy, and the next sutra is observing sensory experiences. Now with this, when you raise your prana energy, you have to interact with the words, with your senses. You can't sit in room whole life and not going to interact with anybody. Okay, I'm not going to talk. Whatever the 60, 70 years I have of my life is simply not possible. So now we have to, you see, these sutras are so important to us, if you look to the depth of them. So anyway, we have to live in this world. So living in this world, we have to interact with the people. And to interact with the people and the things around us, we need to use our senses. These 5 senses. Through the eyes, you are seeing the world. Through the ear, you are listening to it, hearing to it. Through the nose, you are smelling. Through the touch. Then, through the mouth, you work 2 things, eating and speaking. It has the 2 actions to perform. That's why we say that the mouth is even more important, because it does the double actions. So keep your mouth as much as silence you can keep. But the people, they keep speaking. When they don't have anything to speak, then they chew the chewing gum, because they can't keep the mouth shut. All the time, keep going. So senses can't be stable, right? And we have to interact with the external world. And to interact with the external world, our senses we have. So now, what we can do with that it doesn't bind us. It doesn't create the karma. So here they give the Patanjali another solution. How to make use of our senses. So he says, observe sensory experiences. When you are eating the food, your tongue is enjoying the food, delicious, wow, so amazing. and one day you find something here and there, salt is much or something is observe and be careful while eating the food also, when it's being served. Today you do this one thing. When you go for the lunch, so first just watch the food for 1.5 minutes. Don't rush to take the plate and just suddenly to pouring into it. Just watch it. You have 2 hours to rest. So, who is speaking that? Don't have the time to rest. Who is speaking that? Mind. That's why we are becoming aware of it. Right? I just said that just 1 minute was the food. Oh, Swami, 1 minute. No, first just watch what is there. Be more present and mindful. What I am asking you to, being more present and mindful. Just see, take a half minute to see everything what is there, and using all the senses to be present fully. And then when you are picking the plate, pick the plate and you are becoming aware of your touch with the plate. That is sense of the touch. How you feel when you are touching the plate. And then you start pouring the food into it. So observe when you are pouring the food, what's happening inside you. And then you sit. Maybe if you don't know the mantra, it's okay. Just chant 1 time or 3 times Om before eating. Before eating, just do Om chanting. Right? And then when you take you take your hand after the chanting, it goes to the food. You are taking the food inside the mouth. Feel it. So what I mean to say, being more mindful with every move we are making with your food. So as meditatively you will reach to the food and you chew it, the food is going to make you more meditative. I tell you, this is a very great science behind. The way you approach the things brings the change in you. So you approach those things being more meditatively and just don't speak much. I know that all the things we speak on our dining table. The whole day and night phenomena we want to finish on the dining table. So find time to keep quiet also. There also, just try to be as much as possible with the food. And you see if there is any change in the quality of your eating and digestion. That's what I'm saying to you. Just to experiment and see. If it doesn't bring anything change in you, okay, next time do same as you were doing. If it is making and bringing some change in you, then bring in life. That is with the sensory experiences, observing the sensory experiences and bringing the more mindfulness into it. When you are traveling, yes, this I am giving some just tips to you. It's up to you. If you want to experiment them, you can experiment and see. Yeah. When you are traveling, maybe sitting into the train, or in Indian train, maybe you will not have some TV to watch. But in European, yes, of course we have. In some buses we have. In the flight you are traveling, so when you sit on the flight and suddenly you see everybody is watching the TV on the back seat is hanging. And then in your mind also can come. Suddenly you come out of the course, you feel so much calm and composed, and you make your decision, okay, no TV I'm going to watch for 10 days or 15 days. And suddenly you happen to travel in the flight, and then you see you have to overnight 10 hour, 12 hour or more than traveling, and now you are thinking, okay, how do I going to do with my time? So suddenly you see that everybody is watching the TV. And then in your mind also comes, oh, TV. But your intellect says, no, I don't want to waste my energy. Right? So you see the fun is going to happen with you. Your intellect will say no. Your mind will say maybe what happened? Just a second. Let's open and see something new has come. You see how it goes. Something maybe new drama, new serial, new movie. Just for a few seconds, let's watch. And the few seconds becomes few hours. That tends to happen. So be more mindful with that also and see how it happens. This is really interesting. I'm telling you, I came from the 1 week silence retreat. We finished the program, and then suddenly I wanted to go, by private taxi, but couldn't. Somehow it happened. So I had to take the Volvo bus. So I was sitting on the Volvo bus, and in the Volvo bus here in India, everybody has the TV. And suddenly you sit in the bus, and then they turn on the TV. Oh my God. So I close my eyes, and now I close my eyes. No, I don't want to see. So I close my eyes, and after everybody is laughing, and then you think, oh, what interesting happened. And then you open your eyes, and you see. And then again no, I don't want to see. And then again you close your eyes. So for a couple of hours, that was the fun was going on. You close the eyes, and then something is happening, some song is coming, and then curiosity inside you, maybe just open your eyes slightly and then you see. And there is nothing. Same thing again and again. What do you find there? Something new? Nothing. So this is observing our sensory experience. Right? And why yogis they say to be aware of sensory experiences? Because every sense of you consuming your prana and energy, and eyes consume the most of them. Have you seen this? This is now tested experiment that 80% of your energy is being consumed by what? Your eyes. And that's why we are closing our eyes in the meditation. Because you want to conserve that energy. And to go into the deep inner subconscious and to release which remains untamed inside it. You need a lot of energy to look into it. So closing the eyes, that's why it's important in the meditation. That's we are practicing, because that consumes energy. Ear consumes the energy. Sense of touch lose the energy. That's why now slowly and gradually we bringing all the senses. And what is in the root of the senses? Our mind. Who is the driver there? Your mind is the driver of all the senses. Where your senses are taking energy from? From your mind. So that's why the yogis say, control the mind. So if you have the control there, then you will be able to control your senses also. If you are not able to do that, then your senses also not going to be under control. That's why sometimes you say something, another person is also say something, and some your friends saying, okay, don't, please keep quiet, and then you are not able to keep quiet. You keep on going. Every kind of, you see, so many problems we see around the world. How it happens? Does it happen in silence or by speaking? Speaking. That is a separate and different matter, that you have some different intention, the people they take it otherwise. That is second. But just see on the first level, most of the problems that tend to happen because of the speaking. And if sometimes we are not aware of what I am saying, what is going to bring it result in other people's life. So we keep consuming the emotional garbage from other people's also. Listening also. Unnecessary things, then wasting our time. Clear? So observing sensory experiences, because this is one thing for sure, that we can't remain without interacting with the world, right? We need to use all the senses. Now he is giving here a very good sutra how to make use of those senses. So when you are doing and putting your senses in any action, you feel your senses are enjoying. Where this enjoyment is coming from? It's coming from you. It's coming from you. So while doing those things, you pay attention to that. And that your sensory enjoyment also will help you to go inward, not outward. Now sensory experiences lead you outward. Now when you become more mindful and you pay attention to the source within, then your sensory experiences can also help you to go inward in state of pratyahara. Is it making sense to us? Right. Now you being more mindful that whatever the enjoyment you are having outside with interaction of your senses, that enjoyment not in the object, it's in you. So you pay attention to that. Turning inward. If you are eating the apple, let's say take an example, eating apple, and you feel it's so delicious, so nice. Yeah. Where this rush of saying, enjoying and feeling this delicious is coming from? From the apple or from your tongue? From your tongue. And who is feeling in the tongue? If your mind is not present there, really you will be able to enjoy the apple? No. So basically if you see who is enjoying? Presence. There's presence of them. Right? So this is the way to look into our senses. So then the things you are doing, you will keep interacting with the people, but now it will not bind you, it will lead you into the state of pratyahara. And the pratyahara is the state where is the bridge between external world and internal world. Now you start paying attention to your internal world while interacting with the people with these five senses. So it says observing sensory experiences. And slowly and gradually you see the mind also, now the mind is also taking the this enjoyment, is feeling. Why? There is something beyond the mind as well. So now you pay attention to that, and that is the one tattva. That is one tattva. So your mind will become one pointed while even enjoying the senses. This is a tantric kind of meditation. It has been explained even in somewhere in Vijnana Bhairava also about the senses. Sorry? Internal world, when we say your thought, your feeling, your emotions, your energy, that is your internal world. External world means what? The things and the objects and the situations are happening and you are meeting different kind of people. That is the external world. Remember yesterday I said three things. Yesterday or a day before. That the objects come in our contact, then people, right? And then circumstances and situations. That is the external world. That is external world. And now it's your internal world. So how you are in your inner space, that will make the difference how you are going to respond or react with this external world and the things. Clear? So one can focus on sensory experiences and then bring the mind to one pointedness. Right? And there are now, the science says that there are cells in your body which sense everything around. And these are called interoceptor. What they are called? And the process is called interoception. So a process of sensing internally how the body feels with every move and talk. This brings awareness, and it's a great healer. It prevents mind from going outward and onward. If we start paying attention to those interoceptors inside, they are telling you with every single thing which is happening externally, and your senses are coming in contact with them, how you feel inside. There are the cells in the body all the time keep clicking on you. That's why and there is a nerve that you can look for that. There is a spatial nerve into our body which helps to sense the external circumstances, situations and the people. That nerve is telling you you are safe here or unsafe here. You are protected here, not protected here. So there is so much inside your body which is telling you, but because of the mental phenomena we are not able to be aware of that and not able to sense it properly. No, it's not an intuition. Intuition also is not considered to be the highest things in terms of having the higher experiences. It plays certain role, it helps you to sense, but there is a nerve inside our body, and that nerve we call, you might have heard this name, vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S. Have you heard? 200-hour trainer? Right. So if you have not heard about it, look about it more. Vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S, vagus. Vagus is wanderer. So it wanders throughout the body, and that is telling you when you go to certain place, is it safe or not safe. As much as this nerve is open and in healthy condition in you, so much quickly it will let you and tell you about the person also. That's why you are able to recognize the person, the energy of the person and the presence of the person. If you are into that, then suddenly you will be able to realize. So similarly, there are cells into the body which is helping you internally how the body feels with every move and talk, with every talk. That's why if that now is in a healthy way, is active in you, so when somebody is talking the city things to you, suddenly you will say, oh, let's go. If that is not awake in you, you will start taking interest there. Do we get it? Yes. If that space is more open in you. So that is telling you. No, it's not always the case. It can be in some case if you have that egoistic tendency. Of course, then there you listen and process yourself to be into that space, to look into this. But this is more consciously in some, some program when we interact, we do that. But usually this is not the case. Right. And there are various ways to activate this, to awaken this vagus nerve in you. And the pranayama plays a very important role. Pranayama plays very important role. Cold shower, taking the cold water bath plays a very important role. Food plays a very important role. There is you will find on the YouTube filled with the vagus nerve theory. This theory is called polyvagal theory. Polyvegal, if you want to look more about it. Polyvagal theory. To the 300-hour training people, I am going to speak later on about it more in detail. Polyvagal theory. So look, I am giving you you can also search about it more. Watch some. There are nice material available on the YouTube as well. Poly, polyvagal, Vegal, polyvagal. Or even if you write the vagus nerve, right? Veguga or gus. Sometimes it's spelled GA and sometimes it's spelled GU. So there you will find also a lot of things are. Clear? So this is another solution Patanjali is giving. Yeah, it's like from the highest, slowly and gradually it's coming to your level. That we can't live without using our senses. We have to interact with the people around us with our senses. Now be more mindful using our senses. While eating, while talking, while seeing the things, be more present. Be more present and at the same time having the space also. Right? And this process will help you to, from the mind going outward and onward much. Clear? Next sutra. 36. Yeah. Inner illumination. Right. Inner illumination. Vishokava Jyotish. Jyotish means illumination, the light. Jyotish Mati. Mati means here your intelligence, your intellect is the light. And that make you free from all kind of pain, misery and suffering. What is the pain, misery and suffering? The darkness. Why the darkness? Because the things are not clear. We are not clear what to eat, what to do, what to say, what to act. Everything is messed. So light means clarity. Light means clarity. And every one of us, we have that light. What? Are we listening to me or we are on the board? The screen. Everybody is in writing. Writing you can find on the Google, but the Swami you will not find on Google. What he is saying now. Yes, it's a solution. Focus on the light within you. Right. So he says basically that every one of us, we have that light. But that light might vary less or more. That is the difference only. Some people they have more light and some people they have less light. Like some are 100 watt. Have you seen the bulb? How we measure? 100 watt, 60 watt, 0 watt. So some people are of 0 watt and some people are of 100 watt. That is the only difference. By nature. By nature. And because of the lifestyle as well. Yes, we can change. Sorry? Oh, it continued to be around 200, 300 AD. AD. More than that. After Buddha. helps a lot. That's why the people now, this knowledge from long time, that's why it's continuing. And that's why I'm saying it's a psychotherapy. It's not only a psychology, it's a psychotherapy. How to deal with your psychology. Yes, so every kind of people, right? So inner illumination. Now this, we are not able to have that faith or trust in that inner illumination. Why? Because we keep losing it. We keep losing it, and now again the same thing. Your prana energy becomes low, then you don't feel that. And when you have seen, when you are in certain retreat and meditation after 1 week and 10 days, all of you have done somewhere here and there, and you have experienced that. Remember, and that experience doesn't stay longer. That we already have talked about. Now we are speaking to overcome them with the various ways. So you have experienced that when you go into certain practices, you feel more light. You feel more light, means more clarity around you. You feel more settled and stable inside you. Doesn't you? Don't you? You have seen this. Yeah? And even a small insect. Now is the rainy season. Sometime maybe on Sunday you can just go early morning on the road. And you will see so many insects, they are strolling and they have the light. If the small 1-inch insect has so much light that you can see far away, you are 5 and 6 feet long and 70-80 kg, you don't have the light. But somehow we are not able to get a connection with that. Yeah. Otherwise, that's why the yogis say be close to the nature. From the nature you learn a lot of things. This was in one season also. So in the morning, like it was rainy season, and just I went for the walk, and then I saw this very, behind the car, 2 light is there. You see that. Now I saw like big light, and on the road is like something very small. It's going. I don't know what is that. Go close. I turn on my phone. Something maybe harmful, something never saw before. And then I took it. It was hardly this much, and you can see from 500 meters away on the road, the plain road, 400-500 meters away. That's the 2 light you can see. And it's very little. And then I got surprised. Wow. If this has so much light, and maybe like the whole night is day also, we don't know. He has the switch on or off. So there is a light, and that we focus on the inner light, inner illumination. And where it is coming, that inner illumination? Now another thing is ekatattva. So it will help you to get connected with the ekatattva. That's why it's light. That ekatattva is the light. That ekatattva is the love. Right? Is the wisdom. The various names we give. So, sorry. Homeostasis. Homeostasis is something different. So focus on inner illumination, and that's why we show that inner illumination where you see the picture of the masters, that some on the forehead, some light is, and then we show the rays, or in some people we show in the heart. These are the 2 ways to start our journey. Who are more emotional in nature, focus on the heart. Who are more rational in nature, focus in the middle of the forehead. There you are going to find your path. Right? Yes, that will be more easier for you. More rational in nature. It's not about mind, it's about the intellect. It's about the intellect. Analyzing all the time, trying to understand with the analysis and reasoning, with the logic. So that comes from there, and that's why activating our pituitary gland, Agya Chakra activation. Agya Chakra activation. That is the pituitary gland and Ajna Chakra. So there is a practice also, asana practice, pranayama practice to activate our Agya Chakra. Nowadays the people, they are doing a retreat also, Agya Chakra retreat. So they focus on various methods of activating our pituitary gland more. Some people who are much into thinking, and if the mind is really cunning, they get the problem with their hyperactive or hypoactive, and that lead to the hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. There is your pituitary gland. Pituitary gland make a connection to the hypothalamus into the center of the brain, connecting with the pituitary, and that's make a connection with your adrenal gland, and that's we call HPA axis. We call it HPA axis. If you want to look more about it, you can search on the Google HPA axis. H stands for hypothalamus, thalamus and hypothalamus. Right. Hypo. And the P stands for pituitary gland, and the A stands for adrenal gland, and that's make a connection, and it's like a circular. Everything the things in your body are moving in circular. This is very obvious, so we know from that, Yes, hyperactive, it can be hyperactive, it can be hypoactive, and that's why things keep coming again and again. Have you noticed something, some thought and idea keep coming you again and again, same, even you don't do anything? Distraction. So activating pituitary gland, Agya Chakra activation can help to focus on that inner elimination. Yes. Pituitary gland and pineal gland. Yes, these are the two glands in our brain, you can say. It's not much difference, but the pineal gland connecting with our Sahasrara Chakra also, we say, the highest chakra into the body, and pituitary is the sixth one. So pituitary is here. So if you go, we say here, but actually if you take from here, it comes somewhere here, right? And then the pineal gland slightly up there. But they have the space in between the two. So when they both become activated, then the bigger the space, that's we call Sunya Samadhi. That's why we are activating both the gland, pituitary as well as pineal gland. Pineal gland responsible for our relaxation. It stands for our relaxation. Thus you go to the sleep. Why you go to the sleep? Because your pineal gland is becoming active. In the dark it becomes active. It releases a hormone and the chemical which we call melatonin. Right? Clear? Yes, right. Agya chakra activation, pituitary gland activation, then pineal gland activation. These are the practices. Yes, meditation, pranayama, then other practices also there. Through that, we can help the other persons also. Majority of the people, they have problem, not many. Majority. Not many. How many people you find literally they are able to focus and concentrate? You might know in America now, the sleeping pill industry is the biggest industry. Sleeping pill industry is the biggest industry there, which is so natural to us. Sleep is so natural to us. Now that is the biggest industry. Why? That's why America turned so fast to the yogic practices. Everything now you see in the other world is imported. Yoga is also imported. In China, the yoga was imported. From where? From America. When I went first time in China, where did you learn? America. Where did you learn? In Canada. I have the brother there. I have the sister there. In Chinese people in India, they started coming 5-6 years ago. Before they were not coming here to take the yogic training. So all kind of teachings you will see there, it went from there, not from India. 5-6 years ago, the Chinese and big group, they started coming here in India. And one festival started happening, Chinese yoga festival here in Rishikesh especially. And I remember there was one girl who was running a yoga studio, multi-story yoga college she was running in China. 15 years she was working into the yogic field. And when I then spoke about this yama and the niyama, then she said, yeah, this is in yoga? And I said, yes, this is the base of the yoga. And she never heard about those things since 15 years. She has built a college of the various kinds of styles of yoga she is offering. All styles of yoga she is offering near to Hong Kong. Yes. But very unaware of this foundation, yama and the niyamas and what is pranayama. No, I remember there are many schools there in China. It's 7 years ago, I'm telling you. When I went to teach pranayama, they said, Swamiji, we are still on the physical work. And they have built up a big school there in forest. You can see statue, big statue of the meditation and Nataraj pose and dancer pose with the very fine kind of tile. They have built a big statues there. They have made so modernized style of school, and unaware of even pranayama. No pranayama practice. Yes, the people they have opened the school watching on the YouTube. I was in near to Russia in one place, and then She has a very nice, nicely built yoga studio. And then I asked, hey, where did you study? On the Google. Google. I studied on the Google. And she's running a big yoga studio, guys. And I was very surprised to see. No formal education, just on the Google, watching the YouTube. So build up a very, you see inside the decoration and captivating. At that time I was not so comfortable, traveling outside. So now I remember it was 8 to 10 years ago. So I was also invited to one yoga studio in Moscow. And Moscow, all the capital you find, so busy and fussy and busy. So they asked me to come to the one gym studio. So they sent me the link, that this is our link of the website. And we want our gym trainer and the gym people into the yoga. We want to motivate them in yoga, and you are here, maybe can you come to us? So I opened the website, and it was very sophisticated. So the picture, the front picture, how the people they are selling their things. So usually what happens with such kind of things. So you just open the website, so there is a picture with the big butt and bikini. And maybe Swamiji, don't go. It take 1 week for me to decide to go or not to go. Yeah. Then finally, I went. So finally, then I talked to my friend. This is the place. Oh, they said, oh yes, it's a very famous place. It can be a very good opening, and I will be with you. So they said, we will go with you, and I said, okay, let's go all together. Then I went. Otherwise, it took me 1 week to decide. And when I went there, the gym was very, they have all kind of facilities there, modern facilities, all kind of facilities. We gave 1 hour half class, I remember, about the pranayama, and then speaking about the yoga. So there's so many things are going, and I think you are more lucky that you are getting this thing to know, and that can really build up the base. If your base is strong, you are going to rise daily, day by day. If our base is not so strong, that's why some point of time then we feel clear. So this is another solution. Coming back to our topic. Another solution Patanjali is giving, that focus on inner illumination. We all have that illumination. Less or more, if it is less, practice pranayama, it will get increased, get into the knowledge, into the sadhana, every day, it will get increased. And then you focus on this. Hiking is also very good. I saw one day in Dharamsala, long time back when I used to do it. One day I decided, the people, they go to the little height, so they spend almost 1 day to go there. So I decided, because on Sunday I have to go back to down, so I decided to come back, by afternoon. So then I started very early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I started walking. And then it was like the sunrise, just to dawn, and I was, and there also kind of like jogging I was doing, and suddenly your breath becomes faster and your mind becomes so focused, and suddenly you see some light on the ground. And then I'm looking, where it's coming? Do I have some torch or something? No. So that's when your mind gets totally focused, and some lightning can happen to you. So that's why going into the mountains, where your mind from every kind of hustle and bustles become focused, no external disturbances, and then you are doing the hiking, your breath is also, already their pranayama is happening to you. Okay? So the mind becomes even more focused and concentrated. And if you are totally present there, then something can happen to you. So there's so many ways to get into this, that we are made up of this light, that all the scriptures, they say that you are the love and the light. So focus on that. Next, 7th Sutra. I hope you are not being saturated with all this, but I tell you, this is a lifelong treasure for you. So another sutra he is giving now, and this can be challenging for the ego, right? So he says here, focus on detached person. Focus on detached person, not on the attached person. Here he says, Vitaraga Visham va Chittam. Vitragi. There is a word raga, you know ragi, attachment. Vitragi, who is beyond the attachment. There are people who are more into this love and light, they are Vitragi, we say. Enlightened masters are Vitragi. So I am not going into this, what are the characteristics to recognize enlightened master or non-enlightened master. But simply Patanjali says that there are people, right, who are into love and light and the knowledge, the wisdom. Now focus on that person. Take your hand there. Make them friend. Be with them. Focus on detached person. Yeah, we have now also you can see so many good the masters we can see, and in all the time it has been there. So now also you can count on fingers. There are a lot of other people who are not so many times you hear, but there are still so good-hearted people, like the ISA founder, the Sadguru. You just go in his presence, you can find the love and the presence, very strong presence, right? Who are more into the light. Then I have been in company of the Sri Ravi Shankarji. You might have heard, Art of Living founder. It's not so much into rationalizing the things, but very much into the heart. When you go in presence of him, very light-hearted and filled with the joy and the calmness. Yesterday I gave to this example of two female guru also, Anandamurti Guru Ma, right? And then Amritanand Mahima. You go in their presence. You may not find so much knowledge that they give so much logical explanation, but in their presence you will get filled with the love and light. Muji now is in Portugal. He used to be in Rishikesh. You go in presence also, spend some time. Don't just see around what is happening. Then some people, they are doing some nasty things. It always you will find all around the people. Just go in their presence sometime and spend the time and see. Nothing. Nasty things. Some say bad words about them, always fault finding. Fault. Their job just to see the defects of others. And I tell you, whosoever is there, still if you are looking for that, you will find that. Nature is also, it give you, boom, what you are looking. If you are looking for, this is what we are in the heart, we will look for the same thing wherever you go, and you will find it. Yes. You mean in India? You need to find this. Where to find? In September you will find Swami in Spain. Come there. I will be in Germany as well. No, I'm just making a fun. You will find there people. I tell you, if you have a deep longing in your heart, you will find there also. He was not leading the course. That's correct. That's what I'm saying to you. You go to the person, not to the people who are running their training program. That's why I say there always you will find something to see, and you might not feel connection. But you go to meet Sri Sriji. Yes, I know. I know all the Swamijis of them. All the Swamijis were in their ashram and I was one of them. So when he called, Sri Sriji called every Swami, I was the only person to go near to him. Nobody went there. So don't look to the people around. Look to the people or the person who has found it. So now so many rumor you can listen about Isha Foundation as well. But the people, they don't go to him, right? Find the time. Even don't worry that you need to ask something. Just find the time to go in their presence. Maybe for 1 hour, half hour, 10 minutes. I tell you, something will get changed in you. Not about the program and this thing, because now the Art of Living is 35, 40 years running the program, and then things become diluted. Diluted in the sense that when the program projects they are taking and they have to run, so some things they have to incorporate, and the things, now that pure knowledge becomes diluted. That's why I said about the person, go to the person. So here we are not talking about any organization, we are talking about person, detached person. Okay. So focusing on detached person. I mean to say the word is, we can find some good-hearted people in every century they have been, and still you can find it. So that's another thing also, when we are from, bit clear and from pure from heart, you have this longing to know something. You have. And I remember at that time when he called this 12, at that time we were the 12 Swamiji in the ashram. So he called to meet, because after that he was supposed to fly. So, and we were all there. So none of them they could reach. I was the only person who reached. And I remember he did the 1 hour meditation with me. Just I was sitting, me there. And I feel so blessed and fortunate. I remember the entire thing which I did in 1 hour, I still remember. So you will have so much deep connection there. So that's why I tell you, deep inside you, something is going to get changed. You can't be simple. Even you don't ask. I didn't ask anything. He just asked, close your eyes and let's meditate. And what in the meditation he used some, guidance. So I still remember all those. Similar thing when I met Sadhguru. There was tears in my eyes, just tears in my eyes. Everybody was looking him to on the stage, but he was standing at the back of everybody in the last, and he was welcoming the people. Yes, please take the seat. So humbly, so helping there. So, and then just after that, he took his motorbike and everybody was waiting. So he came and went. So nobody was present there. Right? Present means with the mind. They were sitting with the body, but not fully present. So here, when I speak about a detached person, that quality I'm saying to you, that you can find. Go around them And even if you happen to meet not at that time to meet them, spend some time being around that community also, serving them, helping them, and then find the time just to be with them. Right? You can be filled with lot of things. And that's in India we consider it a big blessing. Big blessing. I have some couple of more people about the Anand Murti Guruma, which we have this Yoga Nidra meditation. At that time was very small, 8-9-year-old when I met first time to her. Nothing to ask, but I still carries those memories, just sitting in front of her. She was elegantly just sitting on the sofa, smiling to everybody, talking. And to listen to her talk, when you listen to her talk, you just go into the meditation. Simply, so many, with the mouth of so many people I have. So when we are speaking about the detached person, we are speaking about the detached person, not about the organization. Organization can never be detached. Because they have, organization means what? Lot of activities they have to run, right? And to run those lot of activities and projects, they have to mix the things to make viable for the general layman. So here is speaking about a detached person. Concentrate on a person who is detached and focus on higher intelligence and consciousness. Focus on higher intelligence and consciousness. That's they are doing. Role of Guru is very significant, listening to his words and doing the actions. And that's why Karma Yoga plays a very important role, being around him. They will let you to engage into certain activities. You go to any foundation there, you will find there a lot of Karma Yoga is happening. So being around and then sitting the evening time in satsang, listening to them, meditating with them. Even you spend 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, that can make a big difference. Now you are listening and talking here in 1 month, you will see how much the change is going to happen with you. And I think already you are noticing, right? Yeah. Right. Clean. Yes. There we are doing the sadhana, so it will clean and give you more loving filled memory to you. So meditating and concentrating on him, mind becomes calm, composed and focused. It's not necessarily that you are chatting with them. If you find this opportunity, great. Just being in their presence, meditating and focusing. We have the gurus. We have in Europe also gurus, but not so many you can find as in India. Shivananda ashram is there. I think in Germany I have heard one of the big ashram. In France they have the ashram. But Shivananda, I'm saying about Shivananda. Now I'm not saying about his disciple and the students. Remember, when Shivananda was alive in the body, he was the embodiment of love and compassion, right? Love and light. Now the thing has, but it is not. All the time you will find some people who are good-hearted, very light-hearted and full of love and the wisdom, always there to help you, if you are willing to. If you are, yes, you can be at home. At the home also you can make a connection. It's about connecting. So meditating and concentrating on him, mind becomes calm, composed and focused. Karma Yoga, being around him, doing some service, helping them to in their projects, making things better there, being around them. And then whenever you find the opportunity, you sit and meditate, you sing, you kirtan, and then you chant some mantras, and then you listen to the words, what they say to do. So you will find that very activeness also with a very deep serene space. The both things, dynamism and stillness. Usually it's very difficult to find both things all together. The people who are very dynamic and active, you will not find them restful. You will find them restless, active. But some people they say chill, but really they are not chilling. They have so many problems surrounded by. So that is not combination of both. You are active outside, but very still in the heart. Very still and calm in the heart. So that combination, that you will find into the detached person. Very active. That's why you see, and these all the two masters, I take the name. They travel in a month, so many cities, countries even, I would say. And they work. It's not just they travel. They do programs. They do programs, seminars, projects. They run. I remember here also the one Swamiji. He traveled in India in one day 7 cities. One day he gave us 7 programs. 7 programs. I tell you, from morning 8 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock. 7 cities. He traveled 7 cities. 1 hour and a half everywhere. So they are very active and very still in the heart. So that kind of a rare combination you will find in them. Now the next sutra. Dream and sleep. Dream and sleep. Knowledge of dream and sleep also can help you to overcome obstacles. Dream and sleep can unlock several dimensions. Understanding dream and sleep state, we can gain clarity of wakeful state. Our dreams are our unconscious impressions, sanskaras. Becoming aware of sleep state can give deep insights of how consciousness works, the way we engage with reality and the nature of the reality that we perceive. We get the thorough knowledge of that. Now, basically, if we see sleep and the dream, what are the dreams? The dream we are saying about not a conscious thinking, that also sometimes we call the dream. Here, dream is a unconscious projections. Projection, yeah. It tends to project your insights. Not so important, but yeah. That's why every kind of dream you don't find so pleasant. But something when you start becoming more aware and conscious, they give you some clarity and some understanding and how the things are working. So you become aware of it. Suddenly you see in the early morning you have to take the flight and then you are missing the flight in the dream. And then you will find some obstacles when you are traveling. The flight get delayed or something. You know, it gives the signals to you. So you get more connected with it. So sleep and dream, knowledge. Jnana means knowledge. Knowledge of these two. How much we know about the sleep, if I ask you? And even if you ask 60, 70-year-old, how much you know about the sleep? Right. more than half of the life we are spending in, and how much we know? Very less. But we can be aware of. That's the yogi, they are making the effort to be aware of that and sleep, and they cut the sleep the way we think about it. So I'm making it short. So knowledge of the dream and sleep. And the last one, not the list. Yes. It depends on the age. The question is not to give, it's depending on having a good understanding of the nature around you. It means that we need to then give our body rest also. The nature has designed something for you. So if you are in harmony with that, then your body is going to become healthy. If you are against that, then your body is going to become unhealthy. The body doesn't know what you are studying and what you are doing. Body is working under the influence of the rules of the nature. So if you understand those rules and let your body to go accordingly, then your body is going to be healthy. If you break those rules, whether you are doing a PhD or university or something, body is going to suffer. Yes, this is the first thing. Second thing, now we come to, you said, okay, I studied, I remained awake until 3 and then went to the sleep, 9. So if you see, that is actually the yogi, they are saying the period to be awake. The period you are sleeping. Right? And that will bring some negative health effect to your body. So why? Because the body has a certain biological clock that we know. Have you heard about this? That our body has a biological clock. And that biological clock is called, what we call it? Anybody know? Circadian rhythm. It's called circadian rhythm. You can look for on the internet, it will come. Where are you sleeping? There's a lot information about the circadian rhythm. So the circadian rhythm is your body clock. So the things which we are doing in our day and night, we listen to that body clock. And this body clock, not only you have, even the birds they have. That's why they don't need the alarm clock, but they wake up at 4 o'clock. You can see on the tree they start doing it. Nobody makes them awake. What is happening? They are following that nature clock. But we go against this, and that's why now what is going to happen? We are going to suffer some health issues. That's it. The body is going to bit suffer if we go against the rule of the nature. Right. Yes. Yes. Yes, because it becomes very important for you. And usually we take the thing casually. Okay, if eyes get awake, fine. If doesn't, what we are going to lose? You are losing. You are losing your time. Yes, time is very valuable for you. So when that becomes a priority for you, your eyes will get opened. That's why whenever there is a very important things to happen and then you think I need to wake up. Why then to wake up and rest of the time not? It's just you are not becoming so alert and attentive to your time. So you take the thing casually. That's why then you don't awake on time. Yes, you forget about many things. Your mind is taking casually. Okay, if I awake. Otherwise, it's okay. Otherwise, it's okay. Then you will not take it so sincerely. But if you think that is really important, then your all the energy which we see priority, your energy get channelized. That is to prioritizing our things. Clear? So similar thing about our sleep also. Yes, following certain rules of the body and accordingly giving the rest to our body. Now the last one is meditation. Now the Patanjali speak about the meditation. I tell you, the meditation Patanjali has given the last tool. Is not the first tool. In the eyes of Patanjali, this is the last tool. Meditation. Meditation on oneness. Meditation on oneness, on Eka Tattva. So let's say anything, this is also interesting, it can be said a lot about meditation, but here just pointing out to you a couple of things I am leaving today you here. So let's say you are attached to anything. This is actually the way of detaching ourselves. Let's say you are attached to anything, so now you choose that object of meditation. Maybe you attach to some person, maybe you attach to some object. Then how to get rid of that? The best way to get rid of that, being more mindful, being with that object and with that person. If you get attached. Sometimes you are being harmed, emotionally being hurt, and still you are not able to let go. It means what? Emotionally we get attached. So now here being more mindful, and as I said, those we have spoken earlier, sensory experiences you are having, right? What kind of sensory experiences you are having, that paying attention to the root, and that the root is oneness. So this is also, any object is appealing to you, so you make that object also as object of meditation. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, in the meditation chapter, he speaks about this. Dhyayato Vishayana Punsaha. Vishaya means object. But he is saying in another sense also, he says the people, because they make the meditation object as the outside thing, and that's why slowly and gradually they lose in their life. And here we are saying to be one with the oneness. So you choose the object that is agreeable to one. If one is pleased with that, meditating upon the image, that's why we use certain image also, we use certain crystal also, we use the rosary also, we use the person also to meditate. I think there are various objects can be of the meditation. So the meditation is but I tell you, this is the last resort, the Patanjali is speaking, not the first. The first he gave so many various things, and these will help you to overcome definitely. If you are sincerely into your sadhana and practice, you will see after when you overcome the second week, so many things will get dissolved from you, which might be you were feeling earlier so much important and necessary. And then suddenly after 2-3 weeks you realize, oh, that was not really important. So what is the question? No. We need to save ourselves from, that's why our environment and the surrounding is also important. Everything is so important. So we need to aware and clear of these things, and the unnecessary things we need to remove from us. It will fall apart automatically when we have good objective. Right? Now we are doing the sadhana. So 1 month we are dedicating to the sadhana. So when we start paying attention to this slowly and gradually, automatically some unnecessary thing will come up and will fall apart from you. Right? Another thing is, then consciously you choose to do, that is not really important at this moment, and then you put it aside. So what is important for you at this moment, you focus on that. Right? So if one is pleased with meditating upon the Lord, that's why we use different images of the old deities. The people, they use the image of Jesus, light coming into the heart, and statue of the Buddha, statue of here Krishna and the Shiva. Here you also see in India, the people go to the temple, they offer different various. They offer that mechanically, not consciously. I'm not saying that tomorrow you also go to some temple and then you offer something there. Majority of the people you will find they are doing unconsciously. Even they don't know what they are offering and why they are offering. Yeah. But you go consciously. You go consciously and you will see there. So these things can be helpful in the beginning to focus you, to concentrate you and your energy, right? And slowly and gradually you will find that one tattva, you are surrounded by all around. It can be a flower, it can be any object, a mango hanging there, ripe mango. It means to say, just look more closely to the nature. That will help you to connect you to more, and you feel that love and light within you, and slowly and gradually you will be able to overcome. So these are the 8 methods Patanjali is giving to us to overcome. Yeah. Yes. Both way. We can do both way. That's why we do this neuro-linguistic program. What we do in NLP? Yeah. We are using those old things to focus and meditate. So this is samyama we call in Patanjali, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These 3 last tools Patanjali has given to us. They all together, these 3 tools they call samyama. Samyama means what? Wherever you put your attention, your energy flows there and you get back that energy from there. So let's say when you focus on the nature, you meditate on the nature, and in the nature is what? You are going to get fresh supply of energy from there, and you are getting the energy from there. Your half of the lung is here and half of the lung is hanging on the tree. We understand it? That you are sitting here in the yoga hall, but half of you are there. So when you are meditating there, so you are feeling that completeness. You are there. Before also I said it a couple of times. Then you start respecting the nature more, love the nature more, because your life, it is completely in communion with the nature around you. And that's why you start taking care of it more. You are breathing. Your breath, your energy is coming from where? It's coming from there. Right? So when you meditate upon this, so this is called, then you get more prana energy. That's why we go into the nature to do the retreat and this thing. You go into the market where the people, they are selling the fish and the pigs hanging upside down. You just meditate there and see what happens to you. Why? Because it is not tuned with your body and presence. You go to the nature, certain height, and then suddenly, it's automatically happening to you. You don't have to do anything. Because you are the part of him, and that is the part of you. So that is also a meditation. It's called samadhi. Similarly, on the object of the people, that's why in India you can find this statue there of the gurus and the rishis and the maharishis. There also we offer the light. Means why we are offering the light to them? Even they are not alive there in the frame. That this is in the deep down into the nature. Whatever we offer, that come back to you. So you offer the light, light comes to you. You offer the incense, that fragrance of the divinity comes back to you. So with this attitude you are offering, then it comes. You meditate on the picture of the guru and the image, this is also a way of samyama. Then you get the quality of the gurus in you. So you become the replica of him or her. So you also start manifesting the same qualities. If you become like mirror to each other, then you are going to be a replica. If the ego is there in between that, the things are not going to enter in you. Then it's not necessary. And I tell you, this is not an easy job to do. Lot of things we have to go overcome through that. But the one thing is for sure, we say that as early as you get awake and you start working, so early you also can be successful to overcome those things. And these are the different tools the Panchasani say. Keep doing one after another, and slowly and gradually find that you are starting becoming more and more focused on that one tattva.